How fast can you collect a minikit in every single LEGO game? Or alternatively, how many times can I play the first level of every game over and over? Typically, there are 10 minikits in a given stage, and although some games lack them entirely, there's usually a different collectible in its place that serves the same purpose, like the crest pieces in Harry Potter. If you notice a game missing on the list, it's probably because there is no minikit equivalent worth routing in. You guys know the drill already, so let's begin all the way back in 2005 with LEGO Star Wars the video game. All we need to do is break open the door, kill the droids, and pull a bunch of handles. To save you all some time, the same route can be taken in the complete saga, with the respective cutscenes taking up a majority of the run. LEGO Star Wars 2, the game sandwiched in between the other two, is a different story. This is only one of two games where we can't collect anything inside the first level, forcing us to rush through as a typical any percent run would. We can use a lot of 1P2C to speed up building segments and combat, and even do a neat trick where we pick up C-3PO's dead corpse from the void and drop him off at a panel to skip the claw room. After a few more rooms, we're able to enter into Episode 6 and go straight to Jabba's palace. Inside this room off to the right, there's a closed door with a spider droid and a minikit. If we hug the wall and mash Y, we end up just in range to jump onto the spider through the wall, grabbing our first minikit just 11 minutes in. LEGO Indiana Jones goes about as you would expect, and although LEGO Batman 1 is just as short, the method is much more complex. After taking out a couple of gooners, we need to stand on top of this dumpster and pull our batarang out as we're sliding off. This will clip us inside the wall, where a simple Alt-Tab and buffering a jump will push us all the way through, allowing us to collect a seemingly impossible story kit. At first, I was planning on skipping LEGO Indiana Jones 2, as the lack of traditional levels removed minikits from the game entirely. But the same kits seen in LEGO Indy 1 can be collected at the end of each bonus and treasure level. We just need to access one quickly. Instead of doing it normally by beating a story level and then running back in, we can use a respawn clip on the door to Marshall College by spamming pause as player 1 respawns. Then, after bashing our head into a wall for several seconds, we'll eventually get a wall jump up and over the fence, landing on the sweet kit. Continuing on with the trend of abnormal minikit types, we get LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4, which cut down the number of minikits in a level from 10 to 4, and changed them into house crests instead. This causes us zero issues, as just a few Wingardium Leviosas can get us the Gryffindor piece inside the leaky cauldron in just mere seconds. LEGO Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars is just one beast ride and 5 market stands away from a simple kit, and Pirates just has us hanging from ceiling lights after we beat the shit out of Jack Sparrow. The things get a tad more interesting when we get to the second Harry Potter game, which took me multiple hours to figure out. There's a crest piece right in the first room of the game, but unfortunately, it seemed impossible to get in story mode. I couldn't find any launches within the room, and even at my max height, I couldn't quite reach the platform. Though, this game has a piece of tech known as pause flying, where by mashing the pause button with the VSync option turned off, you're able to glide much further with a given jump than intended. By using the height gained from the slide's ladder, we can then pause fly to just barely make it onto the side of the Weasley tracks, and jump to grab the crest piece. This is much harder than it looks though, because if you enter within a certain distance of the slide, it forces you down, so this positioning is super tight to get. Luckily for us, the second LEGO Batman game is much less precise, allowing us to play casually up until room 2, where we can snag this kit from behind the window. Going along with the majority of the next few games, it's just a lot of 1P2C. Take Lord of the Rings, which is a similar deal, but due to the game resetting my controls, the boss taking forever to attack me, and Elrond getting stuck way behind where he should have been, I lost a lot of time getting over to this kit behind the cave. It's still a quick one, just annoying to deal with. We are on a really good streak of casual kit grabbing methods, and that doesn't change in LEGO Marvel Superheroes, where one taxicab throw and Iron Man fly gets us the billboard kit, sending us into another pretty casual playthrough of The Hobbit. This, as always, boils down to a lot of 1P2C in the early game, from building a stone, throwing a stone, and pushing a stone. We can do a minor camera pan skip in this room by double jumping and dropping out to get past the trigger, but instead of leaving and moving on, we can find a hidden kit in the back left of the room. While this skip is mainly used in any percent to skip the entire room, its usage here is still pretty important. Once again, Jurassic World is all intentional, just turning on a few lights, but LEGO Batman 3 finally throws us back into the crazy strats we know and love. Unfortunately, I don't think you can get any minikits in level 1 without free play. There is potential to get a kit out of the vacuum machine with a launch, but we don't have access to the magnet suit to reach the last few pieces we need up top. So instead we're just going to play the any % route until level 2. This wasn't my greatest attempt at the level, but I decided to keep with it after I got this super weird double jump in room 1. I don't really know how it happened, but it worked. We can skip the fire puzzle by jumping on these lamps and skip the train by using the metal support beams. After beating Croc and completely forgetting how to play this game normally, we can enter into level 2 and find the 3 globes we need to destroy, netting us our first and only kit of the run. Despite LEGO Avengers being one of my least favorite LEGO games, I do really enjoy how goofy the first level can be from a speedrun perspective. I mean, you can literally just jump across the gap and swap characters to skip the first puzzle, and then all we need to do is blow up the landmines on the ground for a kit. The Force Awakens goes the same as it always has, with us needing to do a VSync launch to reach our goal. This time though, all it takes is a quick pause to give us the boost in frames we need, and we can position ourselves to land and grab this fast kit on the edge. Keeping up this trend of extremely quick kits, we have this weirdly annoying one in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. You have to hit these targets in a specific order to get the minikit, but because the ship is constantly moving, it's really hard to do it in one go. In a perfect attempt, you can overlap the level's normal camera pan and the kit camera pan to save a few seconds, which I got here. We've only got a few more games to go before we're done, and I've really enjoyed this challenge more than the other 3 we've done in this same vein. So what do you want to see next? I could do collecting red bricks in every game, filling out a stud meter in every game, or even something completely different. Let me know down below, and don't forget about the red button so many of you keep forgetting to press. It's really no big deal. LEGO The Incredibles is a very annoying game to play. It always feels so unresponsive and slow, not to mention the constant control resetting every time you tab out of the game, and the 20-second cutscene you have to watch when resetting for runs. Outside of that, it's a fairly quick minikit pickup, clipping Elastigirl through the wall by picking her up and dropping out Mr. Incredible, then dropping him back in after we pull the lever, and breaking this cracked wall. Again, a short run, but an annoying one to reset at that. I'm always faced with the tough decision when playing DC supervillains. I'm the kind of person to spend longer in a character creator than the actual game. But here the choice was easy. In order to get a minikit in the first level, I needed a character with super speed and a gun. And you know who else is really fast and wields a gun? Starting in room 3, we have to destroy 3 air horns present in the room. We can get the first one by precariously moving Mercy onto whatever this thing is and shooting at it, but the other 2 are much harder. There's 2 above the room on the wall, a wall that is normally blocked off when you first get up there with Cheetah. However, once you lower the lasers in the room, the invisible blockade gets removed, leaving us with only the simple task of getting back up there, which is where our speedster character comes into play. We can jump off the cables behind the sensor wall onto the sensor wall, then jump off, barely reaching these monkey bars. From there, it's just a little bit of wall scaling to shoot the next 2 air horns. Once we enter the basement, we can hit these last 2 with ease, finally getting the kit we worked so hard for in a little over 6 minutes. So here we are, the Skywalker Saga, our closing entry. This game wasn't very hard to find a route for. Only one of the 3 campaigns starts you in a real level and not just some overworld mission, that being A New Hope. So we had to pray that there was at least one kit possible in story. Lucky for us, there is. Once we get past the whole Vader performance issue segment, we can sprint past every stormtrooper we see, dodge the electrical puzzle, and make our way to the split path. We want to choose the right path here, as we're going to need this gonk droid in a second. One indie reference later and we can fight even more stormtroopers before this wall on the left blows up. Inside are 4 buttons and a gonk droid, and when they're all pressed down, we get access to the final minikit of the video. And that is how fast you can collect a minikit in every single LEGO game that has them. Again, if you want to see more videos like these in the future, leave a suggestion down below. I'd love to do more. In the meantime though, it's time to grind out the new version of the LEGO Star Wars randomizer for our next video.